I recently had a conversation, it was recorded on my podcast, about mindfulness and all of these things, these kind of new approaches to living, if you like, alternative living, lifestyle choices. They're actually thousands of years old, and now they're becoming pretty mainstream to the point where doctors are actually prescribing mindfulness-based therapies. And what I find fascinating is that here in the West we have a habit of fighting against stuff. And Mother Teresa said it, and Simon Sinek has said it. It's better to fight for something that you believe in, rather than against something. It's better to build than it is to destroy. And if you look at Western politics, a lot of the time we're voting against stuff. So we had Brexit in the UK. We're voting against being part of something. You've got Donald Trump in America. He's voting against stuff. It's all about fear. It's all about, keeping people away, putting up division, voting against stuff. And it's really destructive. And it's the same with Western medicine. It's fighting against illness. It's fighting against disease. Whereas you look at these kind of 1,000-year-old philosophies that have come through from China, from India, Japan. You've got Buddhism from Nepal and the Himalayas and Tibet. You've got Zen from China. You've got all of these kind of philosophies that are kind of mindfulness based in a way, very loosely. Taoism, for example. And, well, they're about fighting for something. They're about fighting for a calm mind. They're fighting for good health. And if we adopt this approach much more in our lives, we would be much happier, I think. Because, we go to gym because we want to lose weight. We're fighting against that weight. Whereas we should go to the gym to get fit, to fight for fitness, to fight for health. If we adopted the lifestyle, fighting for a healthy diet, rather than fighting against feeling lethargic, we'd have much more success and much more happiness. And it's the same with gratitude. I'm always going on about gratitude and how I journal and stuff like this. Basically, the thing about gratitude is it's fighting for what you've got and more of that, rather than when you're constantly wanting something, which is actually kind of fighting against this sense of lack in here, this kind of emptiness, this hunger. Because when you're grateful for what you've got, you bring more of that into your life. But when you're constantly wanting more, a bigger house, a better job, wanting to be a better person, wanting to have a bigger TV, whatever it is, you're basically saying you're unhappy with where you are, and you're fueling more unhappiness. You're bringing more of that into your life. So if you focus on wanting, doesn't matter how much you get, you're always going to be wanting. But if you focus on being happy with what you've got, then you're living a life of wealth and abundance and of satisfaction and contentment, but you're inviting more of that into your life. So there's a little thought. We need to fight for what we want rather than fighting against what we don't want. I hope that makes sense, because we're so focused on everything that's wrong half the time. We're focused on, all the things we perceive to be a danger to us or a threat or against our way of life, when actually we should be fighting for things that are what we stand for. So for compassion, for being better, more inclusive, for better health, for gratitude and being thankful for what we've got, where we are and who we are, rather than constantly fighting against this sense of emptiness and lack that is in here. And retail therapy isn't actually a therapy in the same way that smoking doesn't relieve stress. Getting drunk every night doesn't make you feel happy in the long run. They're just sticking plasters, and they actually make the condition worse. So gratitude, fighting for good health, fighting for mind, body and spirit, rather than fighting against everything that we perceive to be a threat, which is actually just our fear talking half the time anyway. That's my thought for today. Prattling on as usual. Get in touch with me if you like this stuff. I'm thinking about putting some things together. I was thinking, what shall I do? Shall I write a new book? Shall I start a course? Shall I do something? Do a talk, perhaps? What do you think I should go? Do you want me to come and give a talk at your place? Do you want me to come and write a blog post about an idea you've got? What would be useful for you? Let me know. All right, cheers.